Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Lauren Labunsky, and I am the Public Relations Manager here at Dealer Spike. Today, we're going to be talking about the best solution that we have found for listing inventory on third-party sites, and that is with our new preferred partner, Auction123. My co-host today is Tracy Amato, who is our Auction123 expert. She will be walking us through the basics of posting on Craigslist and eBay today, and she's also going to be talking about how Auction123 is going to make this easy and effective for you. So Tracy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thanks, Lauren. Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy Amato, Executive Director here at Auction123. Thanks for joining us today. I'm looking forward to sharing some information on our eBay and Craigslist posting solutions, along with offering some really great tips and strategies to help you be super successful in your initiatives on these sites, and of course, drive more leads to your dealership.
So make sure you guys stay tuned, because later in this webinar, we are also going to let you guys know how you can actually save money on Auction123 when you sign up for it through Dealer Spike. And just before we dive in, I want to point out the control panel that you should be able to see on the right side of your screen. You can minimize this or expand it anytime just by clicking on that orange arrow button in the corner. And then also we have set aside some time at the end of this presentation for some Q&A. So you can use the question section in your control panel to submit any questions that you might have. So just a quick note on why we think it is so important for our dealers to be sharing inventory on third-party sites. So if you are a dealer and you are currently not posting on a third-party site like Craigslist or eBay, you're really only opening up the opportunity for consumers to buy from you on your website. Now, as great as your website may be and as much traffic as you're getting from it with your online leads, you're limiting yourself by not posting inventory on third-party sites as well. This is just another avenue and a huge opportunity to be making more sales. So there's really no reason not to do it. Tracy, would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Long gone are the days when just having a website is good enough. The average shopper, they're now visiting 10 plus sites while shopping for a new vehicle. So it's really important to have exposure on those top sites consumers are visiting during their shopping process.
Yeah, that's a great point. So Tracy, can you tell us what exactly makes Craigslist and eBay stand out from other listing sites, like, for example, Cycle Trader or RV World?
Sure. Craigslist has consistently been one of the best sites to reach local shoppers. The vast majority of leads you're going to receive from your Craigslist ads are either phone calls or walk-ins directly to the dealership. All of the calls you receive on your postings are typically people right in your backyard, so it's easy to encourage them to visit the dealership and then continue their shopping process in person. Now, eBay is a completely different animal. With eBay, you're exposing your inventory on a national scale, so you're going to get so many more eyeballs than you would with any other listing site. And then the best part is eBay is a transactional marketplace, meaning any one of your shoppers has the ability to purchase your inventory right from the site, which makes you a true e-commerce dealer.
Great. Well, let's talk a little bit about Craigslist specifically. Tracy, can you walk us through the basics of a Craigslist post?
Yeah, so Craigslist only allows 24 images per posting. So in the event that you have more than that, we will just send the first 24 images of each item. And Craigslist does not allow a lot of HTML, but we are allowed to use some very basic tags to enhance text by making things bold or increasing font size, or other ways just to make the ad look pretty so it can draw your shopper's attention. Now, our tools also offer a template editor of sorts that allows you to control your presentation on Craigslist by choosing what information you want included, and even lets you create custom blocks of text to add to your listings automatically. So you're marketing things like your financing or why buy from your dealership and any other information that will help sell your dealership to the shopper. And then lastly, your Auction123 postings will include a tiny URL with text that encourages the shopper to copy and paste it to view more information about the unit as well as all other items you have for sale. And this URL is going to go directly to the item on your Dealer Spike website. So it's a great way to drive traffic off of Craigslist and directly to all of your inventory for sale.
Great. And then what about an eBay post?
Well, on eBay, you have pretty much full control over how your listing is going to look. The Auction123 template editor lets you customize virtually every element of the ad, and you can really build a custom presentation that matches your dealership's branding by using the same color schemes as your website or logo and inserting things like video or custom HTML boxes between your images. And then while eBay only allows up to 24 photos to be uploaded directly to the eBay image gallery, the Auction123 template will display all of your images, up to 300 if you're getting out there taking that many. And your shoppers will see these within your template that is in the description section of the ad. And seeing that most of eBay's traffic is now mobile, the Auction123 listings are super mobile friendly and they'll look great no matter what device your customer is using to shop on eBay.
Awesome. So let's talk about some little known facts when it comes to Craigslist and eBay. First of all, Craigslist has been charging dealers to post for a while now. What changes have you seen with that?
Well, when Craigslist first started charging for postings, pretty much everything changed. Now dealers can post as often as they want and repost the same vehicle as many times they want in whatever locations they want on Craigslist, as long as they're willing to pay the $5 per post. So gone are the days of getting flagged or having your IP blocked or not being able to post as often and wherever you want it.
Okay, that's good to know. So what would you say is the best way to grab that top result spot on a Craigslist search?
There actually isn't really any way to be at the top of a Craigslist search anymore, and it's not as important as it used to be either. With paid postings, the option to renew a listing actually went away. And for those listening who posted when Craigslist was free, you'll remember that renewals offered sellers a way to push their ad back to the top of the category. And this could be done every 48 hours. But since Craigslist started charging, they're now offering many more search features, and shoppers on Craigslist don't just click on a category and then scroll through each ad. They search for what they want, just like they would on CycleTrader or RVT or any other listing site. And the best way to appear in search is to consistently post all of your inventory each month.
Right, that makes sense. So we've heard in the past of various ways to search optimize Craigslist postings. Does Auction123 offer a way to do that?
Well, there used to be ways to optimize search results on Craigslist, which would make your postings appear ahead of the search results for similar items. And this was done by adding special characters to the title or the location field and in the body of the listing, as well as repeating your make, model, and trim throughout the ad. And Craigslist recently stopped allowing these practices, and now there's no way to have an advantage when it comes to search results over a single posting beyond having just really nice photos and great ad content. All listings show in the order they were posted when a shopper is searching the site.
Okay, got it. So switching gears to eBay, it seems like a lot of dealers are using Auction123 for their eBay posts. Are these dealers selling a lot of inventory on the site?
Yeah, dealers are definitely selling inventory directly on eBay, and mostly without ever meeting the buyer prior to the sale. But I would say the main reason why most dealers use eBay is to generate leads on a national scale. We're an eBay preferred service provider, so Auction123 is able to provide the name, telephone number, email address, and location for each person who either submits a bid or an offer on your live eBay listings. And this turns eBay into a huge lead generator for dealers who are willing to sell on a national level.
Okay, great. So let's transition to some tips for success. We know that some dealers have had a lot of success posting on Craigslist. What are some best practices that can help a dealer who is just starting out?
Well, being successful on Craigslist is pretty easy. You just need to keep a steady stream of inventory live on the site at all times. And this is why automation is so important. Sprinkling inventory onto Craigslist each day and spreading your posting times out throughout the day means that your inventory is more likely to be found when a shopper is searching the site.
Okay, so what about those dealers who want to manually post? Is that recommended?
We strongly recommend dealers use the automation method, and that's just because it ensures that no matter how busy the dealership gets or what happens with personnel changes, the dealership maintains their inventory live on the site, and those calls and walk-ins keep coming in. We've seen so many times dealerships will come on board and they have the best intentions and processes in place for their manual posting, but eventually ads start going live just due to any kind of unforeseen circumstances that happen at the store. But if automation does not fit the needs of the store for one reason or another, we do offer means to manually schedule postings. And this provides the ability to take a list of units the dealership wants to go live this week or this month and set them to go live on the schedule they want. We also offer an on-demand posting option if they want a particular unit to go live immediately.
Awesome. So moving on to eBay, what would you say should be the first step for a dealer who wants to post on eBay?
The very first thing to do before listing on eBay is decide how you plan on handling these national leads you're going to get. For example, what are you going to do about the shipping process? Does the buyer find shipping on their own, or do you handle it and charge them? Or if they fly in from out of town, can you get them a discount on a local hotel room or pick them up from the airport? Or even how you're planning on accepting payment. Do you require a deposit within a certain amount of time from the ending of the listing? Once all these details are decided, you just need to write them out and create policies and processes, and then be sure to include that information inside of your listings. And that way your shopper will be assured when viewing your ad that the whole transaction is going to go smoothly.
Yeah, that's great advice. What about some best practices for listing on eBay?
I would definitely advise that dealers get a listing subscription package. Auction123 actually offers these, and these listing packages save a ton of money. They provide a means to also fully automate the listing process, which frees up your time to concentrate on reaching out to each lead we send to start the sales process. And most important is inventory presentation, because your eBay shopper may buy the item sight unseen. So great photos, detailed item descriptions, even adding YouTube video will add to the experience and drive sales. And this goes for all sites, including Craigslist. Offering a great inventory online presentation generates much more traffic and interest over similar units from dealers who are just, say, taking a handful of photos or listing only basic specifications.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Tracy. So dealers, a lot of you have asked for a more hands-off approach to managing your inventory listings. We know that the Craigslist tool that we currently offer and have offered in the past works pretty well if you are just posting 1 or 2 units per month. But for those dealers who want to keep a steady stream of inventory going, like Tracy has been talking about, Auction123 is really the best option for giving you guys a fully automated application for listing and managing your Craigslist and eBay posts. And as part of our partnership, we are also offering Auction123 to our dealers at a reduced rate. So for Craigslist or eBay, the price is $100 a month. And for both Craigslist and eBay, the price is $150 a month. So that is a $50 per month savings for you guys. So Tracy, why don't you go ahead and give our dealers kind of a general overview of the Auction123 tool, and then we can dive in a little deeper to some of the specifics.
Yeah, so our goal when developing our listing tools for eBay and Craigslist is to make the process just as easy as possible. We created automated listing processes for both sites to ensure you're spending more time focusing on working your leads and less time worrying about getting your ads live. And then for dealers who want a more hands-on approach, we created tons of settings and listing defaults to really streamline the process. So let's go through a few of those top features of the tools. One of the big standouts of our Craigslist tool is the layout editor that I spoke about earlier. Again, although Craigslist doesn't allow a lot of customization, the Auction123 editor has preset widgets for things like title and price, vehicle description, contact information, and more. You can really easily order these as you want to customize your posting presentation. And then you can also create unique Craigslist descriptions, such as a why buy from us or an explanation of your financing services, anything you think is important for a shopper to know about your dealership. And then with our editor, these descriptions can be dropped anywhere within the layout of your posting. Our support team is going to walk you through this process, but you just need to set this up one time and your ads will follow this format for each posting that goes live. Now, when it comes to sold postings, some dealers like to keep the posting live and others like to end them immediately. You've paid the $5 or $3 for your 30-day ad, so why not take advantage of the posting? And that's why we offer the ability to automatically revise a sold ad with a custom description that you create. And this can be used to notify the shopper that the vehicle is sold, but that you may have similar items available at the dealership, and maybe include a phone number or the website URL, prompting the shopper to take a look at the items or call for more information. So the next slide goes over our automation for Craigslist. We want to be sure that we are listing the kind of inventory you want when you want. And we do this through a series of filters and posting priorities. We offer a ton of filters, such as only used, or never certain makes or models, or only certain makes and models, or only units within a set year range or price range, even minimum image count. Or if you carry mixed inventory, we offer the ability to say, only post my motorcycles, ATVs, and fifth wheels. Then, once we know what kind of inventory to post, we have posting priorities, so you can say, post aging units first, or lowest price units first. Then all we need to know are the days that you want us to post and the time range. However, we do recommend posting every day, regardless if your dealership is open or not, so your inventory is on the site, catching the shoppers when they are searching. And in addition to automatically listing your inventory, we can also automatically revise postings when pricing, descriptions, mileage, or any other information on the unit is updated. And also we can automatically end sold postings. So the revise and end sold processes will be available to you if you decide to manually list or schedule postings instead of using our automation. Now on this next slide, we have some eBay settings and our template editor. For automation, you can tell us what percentage of inventory should go live as an auction or as a buy it now listing. And we have the exact same set of filters and posting priorities as we offer for Craigslist, also for eBay. And this way we make sure that we're getting the units you want live. Some of our automated settings for eBay include things like automating the declining of offers. So if you get an offer that's under the set percentage of your asking price, or we can also automatically lower your reserve price. And this is actually a best practice eBay recommends. Anytime you lower your reserve, eBay will send an email to all of the bidders letting them know that your reserve has been lowered. They'll also send a notification to your watchers as well. And this usually brings shoppers back to your listing and results in more action. The great thing about this notification is that it doesn't say what you lowered your reserve by. So our setting only lowers the reserve by $1. That way you can take advantage of this increased traffic without affecting your bottom line. We also offer lead throttling settings. And this is in the event you feel bombarded by eBay leads. We strongly recommend you continue to receive and work each lead on eBay and only use these settings if absolutely necessary. So this just gives you a quick glimpse of some of the features we offer. There are so many more options included, and our support team will take you through each one of them during the setup process so you know everything that is available within the tool.
Great. Thank you so much, Tracy. This is going to be such a great tool for our dealers, and we are really excited for our partnership with you guys. So now that we've gone through an overview of posting on Craigslist and eBay and why you guys as dealers should be doing it, preferably in an automated way with the Auction123 tool, we want to go ahead and take some questions from our attendees. So we'll go ahead and get started, and if you have a question that you would like to ask, you can go ahead and type it into that question section on your control panel. And if you need to expand your control panel first, just hit that orange arrow button in the corner. And I'm just going to let Tracy go ahead and take the first question.
Okay, great. So first question is, do we still pay the $5 per listing on Craigslist? Yes, you do. So whether you're listing to cars or trucks or motorcycles or RVs or trailers, or there's other categories like farm and garden that's only $3 per posting, you still need to pay your Craigslist fees. And the way you would do that is directly through Craigslist. So when you get set up with Auction123, our support rep will have you download a Windows app that gets installed onto your PC. It's not Mac friendly, so it has to be on a PC. And that Windows app is what actually processes the ads. And within that Windows app, we give you the opportunity to enter your credit card information. And that way, as each posting goes live, your credit card will be used to pay for the postings as you go. So somebody was asking where the inventory is coming from. Auction123 is going to import your inventory from DealerSpike every day. I believe actually it might be twice a day. And so that way we always have your up-to-date inventory within the Auction123 backend. And so as units are added or pricing is updated or units are marked sold, it will always be updated in the Auction123 tool. Now, if you're enabled for our Craigslist automation, let's say, when we go through the setup process with you, we'll go through those series of filters so that you can tell us exactly what kind of inventory you want posted on Craigslist, and that way we're only listing the type of inventory that you would want to go live. Somebody asked, if I want to post 10 per day, 3 times a week, can I schedule it that way? So the way our automation is set up is that you can say, okay, I want to post X number per day, and then tell us the days of the week that you would like us to post. Or if you just have a strict budget that you want to adhere to, we can actually just say, okay, this account is set to post X number of listings per month, and then we'll just space it out throughout the month every day or on the days that you choose for us. Now, for the dealers who want to actually handpick which units are getting posted per day, we can also have that scheduling option where you're not on the full automation, and any dealer who chooses to schedule their postings can still take advantage of the automated revise and the automated end sold. Somebody asked about training on the tools. The training on the tool is done by the Auction123 rep. So basically what would happen is, if you're interested to get started, you would just contact your dealer spec rep, and they would take you through the process of getting you all set up, and then they'd refer you over to Auction123. Our team would reach out once we have inventory in your account, walk you through each step of the process, get you set up. It really only takes a little bit of time, maybe an hour, maybe less. And from there, you're good to go. Especially if you're on the automation, the only thing that you would need to do is make sure that your app is active, and then all of the automated processes will run as scheduled. So somebody asked if renewals on Craigslist are $5 each. So just as a reminder, renewal doesn't exist anymore in the paid posting categories. So if you want to have another version of the ad go live, you can simply repost the ad, or you can actually ask us to automate the reposting process. So let's say, for an example, a dealer tells us to post 10 items per day on Craigslist. And if on that particular day, the only eligible items to go live on Craigslist are, say, 5 items, meaning 5 new items came into inventory, then we would go ahead and post those 5 new items. Our system by default will not repost units unless you expressly tell us to do so. So if you're not set to repost units, we're only going to post any unit that's A, not currently active on Craigslist, or B, a unit that's new to inventory. And of course, this is as long as they match the filters. So if you ask us to enable reposting, we're always going to prioritize the units that are not live on Craigslist and the new inventory items before we then backfill the rest of the day with your reposting. So again, in the example, if you're telling us to post 10 items per day and there's 5 new items to go live, then we're only going to do 5 repostings that day. And this just makes sure that we're sticking to the budget that you want us to do. Let's see. So another question is that every rep here has their own Craigslist account to post. Can we still do that with Auction123? So yes, you can enter multiple Craigslist accounts into the Auction123 backend, and then if they want to manually post or manually schedule the listings, then they can easily do that and switch the account upon posting. However, if we are automating the posting process, then we can only use one Craigslist account to automate it. So if we're doing the full automation, it's to one Craigslist account. But if you have multiple representatives at the store who want to post with their own Craigslist account and post their own inventory with their own contact information on each ad, then we can do that if they're doing the manual posting or the scheduling. Let's see. Does Auction123 set up our eBay account for us? No, you would go ahead and set up your eBay account on your own. And eBay also has a great thing for dealers, which is called a business seller's registration. And what they ask you to do is give them a copy of your dealer license. And the advantage of doing a business seller's registration is that you have the ability to be invoiced, and it opens up your line of credit so that you don't have to pay for each eBay posting as it's going live. you have the ability to have a monthly invoice, which is obviously what everyone's more comfortable with. Does Auction123 track sales? So we don't actually have an into your DMS, so we're not going to be tracking how a unit is sold, but we are sending you all the leads from your eBay listing. So as you get a lead on each eBay ad, we'll go ahead and send that to whatever contact or contacts you want to receive those leads. And then for Craigslist, the vast majority of leads that you're going to get are simply phone calls, or we're also driving links or direct links through to your website. So for the phone calls, we do offer a call tracking number. It would be a local call tracking number for your dealership, and it's not SMS enabled, but it is just a straight call tracking number that can ring to whatever number that you want. And then within our tool, we have some reporting on that, so you'll be able to see how many calls you've received from each list, from your listings on Craigslist. Okay, and I guess let's take one last question. How much does it cost to list on eBay? eBay pricing changes from time to time, but for the most part, an RV, commercial truck, or a passenger vehicle is a $50 insertion fee, and then you have to pay your reserve fees on top of that, which can range from anywhere from $40 to $99, and then they obviously have all other fees included. For power sports and motorcycles and trailers, it's a $20 insertion fee, and in those categories, you actually have to pay a successful transaction fee, and it's based on the price of the vehicle. So it's either $30 if it's under $5,000 is a successful price, or it's, I think, $60 if it's more. Now, the great thing about these new eBay listing packages is that it's a ridiculously reduced rate, and every single option is included. So you know that you're only going to pay one flat fee per month for your eBay listing package. And again, we have more information on those listing packages if anybody's interested.
Great. Well, we are out of time, and if your question did not get answered, we sincerely apologize. We have a limited amount of time to answer questions with Tracy, but the Dealer Spike Client Solutions team should be able to help you. So if you are interested in more information about Auction123, or if you just want to get started right away, your Client Solutions rep is ready to help you with that. So you can feel free to get in touch with them right after this if you would like to. You'll also be receiving a follow-up email to this webinar that will allow you to easily request more information. So you can wait for that as well. You should be getting that within the next couple of hours. But other than that, thank you so much for attending our webinar today. We really hope that it was informative and helpful for you guys. And Tracy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Lauren, and a big thank you to all of those who joined us today. We're looking forward to working with some of you and getting you up and running on Craigslist and eBay.
Great. Thanks again, you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.